Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Activities for People Living with Dementia. We're proud to offer this series with funding from the Area Agency on Aging and the United Way of Tarrant County. Some of our programs are recorded and some are made available for viewing through a YouTube channel for future use. If you'd like to find us on YouTube, type in Dementia Friendly Fort Worth. Click on our logo, which is a longhorn with a blue background, and choose the word videos. We have some really interesting things that we've saved for you over these months and years. I am Martha Brown, your host for today's activities. Today, I am tickled to bring to you and sad that it is our last visit with Kate Killian and her sweet pet, Jet. Kate, we're going to watch you do Pets Are Practical, and we're going to miss you, so you know that you are loved and welcomed back any old time.
Thank you, Martha. What a lovely entrance into our session today.
That's a good face, Don.
I was trying to get it on Kate's screen. Or maybe it just shows up. Oh, it just shows up at the bottom.
Okay, let's see. So, this is still such a learning process. I've done this 6 times now. Still, every time gets me. But welcome, everyone. This is Pets Are Practical, and this is our 6th session and our last session together, unfortunately.
Look at that sweet picture of Jet.
I know. He's a boy. You can barely see his eyes, but
I know.
that's right.
Just a little shine and a little twinkle there.
I'll say that's about it. That's about it. All right. So today's session is all about physical health. Okay. I'll explain a little bit more in a second. But today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about both human and pets' health, as well as taking a virtual visit to the vet.
Ooh.
All right, to start off, some definitions. I always like to start off with a definition of occupational therapy because that's what I'm studying. So it is a type of therapy that incorporates meaningful everyday activities into the rehabilitation process. So examples can be eating, dressing, bathing, social interaction, grooming, and finally going to the doctor or a vet for pets. So we've been talking about several of those different topics, and today we're going to be talking about physical health when you go to the doctor or anything like that. And then finally, the definition of physical health is a state where all internal and external body parts, organs, tissues, and cells function properly, or a state of physical well-being in which a person is physically fit to perform their daily activities without restrictions. And I really like the second definition because it kind of pulls in some occupational therapy mindsets into it. Someone has to have physical fitness to perform their daily activities without restrictions. All right. I always like to start off with some starting questions. Welcome, Nancy.
Hey, Nancy.
Good morning. Welcome. We're talking about physical health today. Okay. So some starting questions are going to be, have you ever taken a pet to the vet? Has anyone ever taken their pet?
Oh,
Okay.
yes. Lots of times.
Yes.
Lots of
Yeah.
times.
Yes. I figured. The second question is, why is it important to take care of your health and your pet's health? Could be any reason.
So we can enjoy ourselves.
Go ahead, Nancy. Say it again.
Say it again, Nancy.
So we can enjoy ourselves.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because it's good for both the pet and the owner.
Exactly.
Sick dogs do not make happy owners.
Very true. Very true. I was about to say, Jet is like my baby, so I got to make sure he's taken care of.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I put his needs sometimes before my own needs. But then the final question is going to be, when should you take a pet to the vet? And when should you go and visit a doctor? So there's really 2 questions in that one question. But so when should you take a pet to the vet?
Should that be different for us versus them? And I'm asking because I don't think, my brain doesn't think that a well pet needs to go to the vet, but as a well human, I go to my doctor for checkups.
Well, the pet needs to go to the doctor for the same reason that we have to go to the doctor for a checkup, get his shots, check his medicine, that sort of thing.
Yep. Abigail last week just had her well woman at the vet.
Oh, good.
And that's exactly what we're going to be talking about here in a second, is while it's important for us to check up on our health, it's also important to check up on the pet's health. Prevention is key. That's what a lot of the research says. And you got to just stay on top of the vaccinations, parasites, all that type of stuff. You got to stay on top of it. So yeah, good job answering those questions. All right. So just so we're all on the same page, who do humans go and see when they're sick or hurting? What do we call?
Primary care.
Primary care,
Primary
and then any
Primary
sort of
care.
other doctors that he sends us to.
Perfect. Y'all got it.
Or
Which,
mother.
the older you get, the more doctors you see.
Yeah.
It's
I was
true.
about to say, I just went for the broad term, which is doctor. So good job. I didn't go into specific details because there are so many different specialties. And then finally, who do animals go and see when they're sick or hurting?
A veterinarian.
Veterinarian.
And in our case, we've had a couple dogs we had to take to other veterinarians that had specialization in treating their problem.
Yeah, exactly. So just like human doctors, there are different specialties for vets as well.
It's also nice to know that there are emergency room vets.
Yeah, and that's not something that I knew about until I moved to a big city. Because in Hamilton, Texas, we have one vet office, and they are open your 9 to 5 regular time, and that's it. So that's what I thought all vet offices were like until I moved here to Fort Worth, and there's emergency vets, and that's a nice feeling to know that your animal can be cared for whenever.
It's like the difference between Joe's Coffee Shop and Starbucks.
Well, no, Martha, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Specialized.
Specialized, yes.
Yeah.
So yes, answer number 1 was the doctor. Answer number 2 was the veterinarian, aka the vet. All right, moving on to this section. So about us taking care of ourselves. This is kind of what we're going to start with, because I want to talk about pets, but I also want to talk about us and why it's important to go to the doctor. All of the research that I have been reading and doing is recommended that all older adults should visit the doctor once a year for a wellness checkup, because you have that baseline that your primary care doctor knows about. But if you go in, you got to have all the preventions like vaccinations, all that type of stuff, medication management, all these different things that you could take care of out of just your wellness checkup with your primary care physician. But also, I know that y'all all know this, but you go to the doctor if you're injured, for vaccinations to prevent against illness and disease. And then finally, you visit the doctor after you have changes in health have been identified. All right.
I might add on that, our PCP has us come in every 6 months.
See? And every doctor has their preferences to know specifically what's best for you.
Right. In our case, that we're on some medical regimens that he wants to keep track of how we're doing. So
yeah. And some of the other research that I was reading is saying if you are on certain medications, or if you your doctor may make you come in, I don't know, every couple months. It just depends. Make sure everything is fully in check. Make sure that you're taken care of, because that's the most important thing. So moving on to the fun part, talking about pets and their health.
Mm.
There's a lot of similarities between human physical health and then pets physical health. Lots of the same guidelines and stuff like that. So it's recommended that pets visit the vet at least once every year for a wellness check as well. Just because pets have that baseline, just like we as humans have that baseline. So a vet can tell if there's been a decline or if they've gained weight. You never know. The vet is specialized in that type of thing. You might not notice if your pet has put on a few pounds, but the vet might notice and kind of tell you, hey, we should probably look at what they're eating and their schedule and get that in check. Vaccinations are super important for pets. Parasite and heartworm prevention are also a big thing. Make sure that you plan ahead and prevent things before they actually happen. That's a big thing with pets. Another thing, just like with humans, you go to the vet if a pet is injured because they have those emergency pet hospitals. And then you go to the vet if your pet is showing changes in their demeanor. For example, if they're acting lethargic or if they're messing with their ears a little bit, they might have an ear infection. So just paying attention, knowing your pet, because they can't speak to you. So you got to kind of look at their body language and if they're acting a little bit different. Which actually just this morning, I noticed that Jet was kind of messing with his ears. And so I made him an appointment for next week because when he gets ear infections, he just messes with his ear constantly and he'll make it bleed sometimes. And
Yeah, it doesn't smell very nice either.
That too, Dawn. It's not very nice and pleasant for me.
You're a good mother, Kate.
Yes,
Oh, thank you. So I have come up with a couple different pretty obvious scenarios of which pet should go to the vet. I hope it's obvious. I tried my best. But it's just to kind of make that, I don't know, make sure that we're all on the same page of which pets should go to the vet and which ones are usually fine in this case and scenario. So pet number 1 is a 3-year-old dog. He has no wounds, but he has the zoomies constantly.
So does that mean he runs around or is that something else wrong?
Yes. So zoomies is when a dog just, they can't contain their excitement. They run around constantly. It can be to burn off energy that they have. So that, would you think that would constitute a visit to the vet?
Not unless it was harmful to the family, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
I mean, if it got too extreme, like they were jumping on people, I might want to take him to the vet and see if he gets some doggy downers or something.
Yeah.
Go, Dawn.
I didn't even think of it that way, Dawn, and I tried to think of it every way possible. Maybe my answers aren't so obvious.
Well, we've experienced a lot of different pets and a lot of different problems. So yeah.
Yes, exactly. It's hard because every pet's different. But what I put this one as is that it would not need to go to the vet.
Usually exuberance for life.
Yes. You just decided.
Yeah, zoomies are just excitement in this case, and he seems to be a happy and healthy puppy. So no vet for him. All right, moving on to pet 2 is a 12-year-old cat, but it has a hard time walking around, so mobility issues.
Oh, yeah.
I take that to vet. I think that goes to vet.
Okay.
Yes, I do too. He needs to go to the vet.
Perfect. I'm glad we're on the same page with that one. That one I put down would need to go to the vet just because it's a change in their baseline of how they've been acting in the past. So we definitely want to check that out with the vet, or let the vet check that out. All right, pet number 3 is a cute little puppy. It is a 1-year-old dog. I'm not talking about you, Jeffrey. It's a 1-year-old dog, and it's been messing with its ears and it doesn't want to eat.
A vet.
I'd take them to vet for that.
All right.
The not eating is a problem.
Not eating is a problem. Also, when it's messing with its ears, you just want to get the vet to check it out, because most of the time they'll have like a little antibiotic that they can put in their ear, or even just flush out their ear to get whatever is bothering them out. And hopefully they won't mess with it anymore. All right, and finally, pet number 4 is a 6-year-old cat. Has no wounds, and it's purring.
No,
No, no,
All right,
he's fine.
okay.
We stay
Glad
home.
Mm-hmm.
Glad we agree. So that one I put would not need to go to the vet because it seems pretty happy. No wounds, purring. Think it's all good. I mean, all the pets that I say wouldn't need to go to the vet, obviously, every year, probably go to the vet, get a wellness check, but currently they wouldn't need to go as an emergency visit or an unplanned visit. All right.
Oh,
So
this will be
I have
interesting.
found a couple of videos for us to watch, because at the moment I had no reason to go to the vet. So I was like, I cannot take him to the vet if he has no reason to go to the vet. So I have found a couple of videos for us to watch. Let me make sure everything's working.
save 6%.
To see well animals, and we're trying to keep them well. So we'll be
Hang
seeing
on.
them for routine.
Hang on. It's
To see well animals, and we're trying to keep them.
okay. Here we go.
My name is Dr. Christina Swanson. I'm a veterinarian at the College Mall Veterinary Hospital, and I treat dogs and cats. As a veterinarian, on a daily basis, I see pets that are either sick or injured, and we're trying to help them back to normal. We also see well animals, and we're trying to keep them well. So we'll be seeing them for routine tests to make sure that they don't have problems. There's a whole array of different procedures that we might be doing.
All right, so we're going to do an exam.
You have to have patience, because the animals don't understand why we have to look in their ears, listen to them, take blood samples, or do different things.
Yes.
We'll be seeing them for routine vaccinations to make sure that they don't have problems.
So you can do it right now. Oh, there you go. You're done. Oh, you're so good.
You have to have pretty good people skills, because for every animal that comes in, there's going to be an owner. Hi, Priscilla. Okay, so here we have Priscilla, who we're going to examine and see if she is healthy. I usually start by listening to her heart with the stethoscope. And we just put the stethoscope right behind her elbow, and that's where we find the heart. She looks like she's a little bit nervous, and that's something we have to deal with here, is sometimes the animals aren't sure what's going to be happening. So we have to try and reassure them. And I usually start up at the head. That way I can pet her and see if we can get her to relax a little bit. But I'm going to be looking at her eyes. I'm going to be looking at her teeth. We're looking to see if she has much tartar, and she really doesn't have much. She has a little bit, but not much, so that's good. I'm also going to try and look down her throat. Yes, that's good.
It's a nice dog.
Otoscope. We use this to look in her ears, make sure that we don't see any infections or wax, or there can be ticks down in there. And her ears look really pretty clean. And then I'll feel in her abdomen, make sure I don't feel anything abnormal. Sometimes we have to address whether or not a dog is overweight or too thin, but she's just right with her weight. I think she's still a little nervous, though, about things. To become a veterinarian, you do have to go to college. And so that's a lot of studying and a lot of developing good study habits and getting some courses in the sciences. There are other careers in veterinary medicine besides becoming a doctor of veterinary medicine. A vet tech is like a nurse is to a doctor, a vet tech is to a vet. I decided to become a veterinarian because I never had a dog when I was growing up. I had a cat and horse, and sometimes I think it's because I didn't have a dog that I wanted to become a vet and be able to pet animals every day and work with them.
All right.
That was good.
So I really like that video because she explains what it's really like to be a vet. And so when I was watching it for the first time, I was like, I enjoy this because I mean, I take my dog to the vet, but I don't really know all that a vet might do or why they're doing a certain thing to my dog. So yeah, I enjoyed that one. And then I never thought about it, but a vet tech is like what a nurse is to a doctor, you know, like I didn't think of that way either. Okay. All right. So there is Jet when he was a tiny little puppy at his first visit to the vet. I lived in Georgetown at the time, and I took him in because I was scared that he might have parvo because he just wasn't acting right. But he posed for that picture. And that collar is probably like that size, like it is a tiny little collar, and so he was so small sitting on the table.
A little too nervous.
I know, he looks a little like, Mom, what are you doing? Why am I?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, this next one is all about a puppy's visit to the vet for the first time. So it's going to show like the puppy perspective, if it'll work.
I noticed that my hair wasn't growing at all. I recently suffered from postpartum hair loss. I suffered from hair loss and Vegamore.
Scares me. And we're not going to watch all of this. So this puppy's name is Bailey. It's a golden retriever. So this specific YouTuber, let's give you a little break. This specific YouTuber has, from the beginning, has created these videos about everything, like the puppy's first everything. So there's puppy's first visit to the vet, there's puppy's first visit to the park, there's all different types of videos that he has documented about this puppy, and they are adorable. Just a little background.
They,
They sure get along nicely, all the dogs at the vet.
they do, don't they?
Not what I usually experience.
But dogs and cats usually don't have cold, flat spaces at home. So I would think that they're a little leery of that table.
We've had some dogs that were excited to go to the vet. Some dogs that just did not care for it.
Oh yeah. Checking his eyes.
Get your heart, was that
Bordetella.
Bordetella treatment, yeah.
Oh,
Ooh. Can I give him a shot?
it's a shot. He didn't freak out too much.
Nope. I wish I had a thick patch of skin that they could just stick a needle in and I wouldn't care.
Oh, it says he felt a little burning sensation in the place of the vaccination.
Yeah.
But after 5
Oh.
minutes, he was already having fun. Adorable.
I'm so glad these videos exist.
I know. Okay, so there's Bailey. We met Bailey. He is adorable.
Mhm.
Okay. So
Cute baby.
I felt like the YouTuber who does that for a full-time job would do a better job than I would of taking Jet to the actual vet. But just a little experience of what it's like going to the vet with a puppy. All right. And that concludes my last presentation of Pets Are Practical. Thank you so
Oh.
much for joining.
Well, thank you very much for presenting all this stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And does anyone have any questions?
Nope.
No?
Kate,
Well,
I do.
You do?
You and I spoke earlier about what comes after this for you. Would you mind telling the
Yeah.
group what we talked about?
Yeah, so I will be staying in the area is my plan. I'm going to be volunteering with Dementia Friendly. So you will be seeing me around occasionally. And then I have not accepted a job yet, but I will see where I end up on that aspect. But I have one more thing that I need y'all to do for me.
All right.
So I'm gonna put this post-program survey in the chat. And if y'all would just fill it out for me, it's pretty much the same as the pre-program survey if you took that one for me. So let me do that really quick.
I don't think we have any grandpad people on.
Perfect. Okay. Then I don't have to worry about that. Let me get that link really quick.
By the way, if you need any referrals or for a job, references, that's the word, references, you can use me. I'd be glad to do that for you.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
You bet. We all need people that stand in our corner. Hi, Patrick. Welcome.
Hi.
Now, Patrick is on a grand pad, but since he didn't see our presentation.
Oh,
You want to fill it out?
sure. You do.
We both would.
Ooh,
And participants.
Did everyone get the link?
I
Yes, we
did.
have pets.
Do you want us to fill it out now?
Yes, please. Please fill it out. And then once you're done filling it out, that's all I needed from you.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, this is fun.
Yeah.
Do code going to have? No.
And if anyone wants any of my references from that slide, please let me know and I can get you those. I have a little QR code, but I also have the sheet of references. If anyone wants to know where those videos were from and anything like that, I have them all referenced. So
Awesome. It's good for a girl to have references.
For pets.
yes, yes, yes.
Yes,
It's good for a program to have references.
that's right.
I actually get the calendar.
I came from.
I can probably. Okay. I'll give you a call later.
And the last
Does
one-
spending time with a pet make you happy? Yeah. Care for your pets.
Some interesting questions.
You need assistant care in your life.
They're pretty much the same questions from the pre-program.
Wow.
But I added a couple more at the end just for feedback purposes of this program.
Got a question. What is it? I see the link on my machine. How do I copy it and get it going?
So for you,
Have you felt happy or not?
are you going to come back to the 11:30 or the 1:30 program, Patrick?
I don't know. My time is not mine.
Okay.
Everybody else has a piece of it, but me.
Okay, that's
Why
fine.
do I understand that.
Well, if you come back to one or the others, Patrick, then I will give you a call sometime next week and we'll get this going, okay? So you don't have to
Okay.
fill it out.
Okay.
Thanks for asking.
Patrick, it's great to see you.
I have not been trying to avoid you. I've just been so busy.
Well, that's a good thing. Our job is to keep you from being bored, so you're succeeding
Oh,
before you ever log on.
I
Have you felt
it's
strong?
like looking at a mountain with all the things I've got to do.
It's a little, not at all. A little.
I understand that. Do you have a plan for today?
You felt like you're enjoying life.
I have the home health aide coming. I have to write and send out my wife's birthday card, get a stamp on it, take it to the
Confident.
mailbox. I have about a dozen things to do right here in the living room,
Have you felt confident?
including putting away the food I just got from Meals on Wheels.
A little.
You have a day full already.
Oh,
Little.
and I've got 21 priority things.
Little.
Are you familiar with the Eisenhower matrix?
Little.
Is that the one that has circles?
No,
No,
Squares.
I'm not. Eisenhower matrix. Tell us about it.
it helps prioritize the tasks you have to do.
A lot.
I will look that up, Patrick.
Please, I've got a printout. Hold on.
Okay.
Bit, a little, not at all. A little.
Fun. We're going to learn something while we're filling out a form.
A little, not at all. Have you felt lonely? Lonely. Not that. Not at all? Yeah. Have you felt lively? A lot, a bit, a little, not at all. Quite a bit.
I guess Patrick's going to bring us the Eisenhower matrix.
Have you felt
Take a look at it on the internet if you've got another machine.
wanted to do?
I can look that up on my cell phone while we're waiting. Yeah,
Sure.
that's smart.
This helps me out quite a bit to get my mind together. Otherwise, I would be very frustrated and fluttered.
Well, I'm all for anything that makes for less frustration. Eisenhower matrix.
All right, so Kate,
Oh.
we finished ours.
Oh, thank you, Dawn.
And mine is on the way.
Participation, occupation.
Oh, Patrick, I love that. It says, do it first.
Senior quality. Quite a bit. After you nachdem du das hier mitgemacht hast, hast du mehr Energie
That
gehabt.
seems like that's what kind of falls in the area of occupational therapy
Dich
kind of
glücklicher
things.
gefühlt nach dem
I was about to
Exactly.
say,
Yeah. Would you believe that my bird has pulled 2 keys off of the keyboard this morning?
Oh no,
Oh,
how can you do
You have a
that?
very industrious bird.
Yes, he is.
top key.
And sometimes I have to look at the key and figure out which way it goes back on.
Oh, yeah.
He is definitely off key.
Yeah, you have
It's
to
off
decide.
key. Oh, Patrick, that's so funny. He's off key.
So just make sure you put the M where the M goes and not put the M where the W goes.
Yes. And some of these, like the quote and the apostrophe.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which one goes on top, or the straight slash or the indented slash.
Come in. Hi.
I
How
have,
are
Great.
you?
I have asked this for Eisenhower matrix and it's giving me no results.
Oh, come on. How are you spelling the Eisenhower matrix?
Like,
E-I-S-N
uh-huh.
Power H-W-E-R.
That's it.
We just started getting rain.
I know.
Is it?
Oh, I was looking,
The
never
weather's
mind.
gonna get rough tonight.
Yeah.
I know.
I was not looking in Google. I was looking in my contacts.
Well,
I can go all
if you
day.
had Eisenhower in your contacts, that would be.
I will not get Eisenhower matrix on my contacts. That's funny.
Martha.
Isn't it pitiful? Eisenhower. Just goes to show you. You guys keep me on my toes.
Oh my goodness.
Are you all getting a lot of rain? I mean,
Just
here,
started.
It just started.
Just started
oh,
here.
here it starts at 1 and ends at 3.
Oh my.
But it's a little early then for
And
us.
just up to 80% chance.
How are you? Okay. You want to step?
Yeah.
Okay.
Importance and urgency. Oh, this is interesting. Do schedule del. Oh, I like that, Patrick. Thank you.
I am often overwhelmed with so many tasks. You know, going to the bank, mail, filling out forms and such.
Yeah.
And which ones do I do first?
Yes. And they all want to be done first.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm definitely gonna use that in my OT practice. I
That's
like
right.
that.
Thank you, Patrick.
Discipline yourself.
I forgot the name of your therapist, Patrick. She was there the other day.
I had a home health aide.
He's frozen.
He's frozen.
Yeah. Patrick, you're popping in and out. And I didn't hear what you just said, other than home health aide.
Hey, Kate,
Her name is Dawn.
Yes, Nancy.
I filled out the form.
Oh,
And then
thank
it's
you.
saying submit another response.
No, you don't have to. If you did it
Okay.
once, you're good to go. Thank you, Nancy.
You're welcome.
Yay.
Appreciate everyone.
We can also submit extra responses just to bulk up, the people that
Your research,
do
yeah.
research.
Go
Don't do that.
Dawn. Go Dawn.
One response. Should preface with that. But yes, thank you so much, everyone. I really appreciate it. That's all I had for you.
All right.
Thank you,
Thank
Kate.
you. Good
I
luck.
hope to see you around a little bit.
Yeah.
Give me a call.
Yeah,
send
and
me an
Hans,
email
are
or
you-
something.
Have you finished the questionnaire?
Yeah, we send it
Okay.
in.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yes. Thank you, Kate.
Thank
We
you, Kate.
appreciate you.
Bye.
And
Bye.
come back and visit. I've
Bye.
just heard you say you're going to volunteer, and that's wonderful.
Yes, I will be around.
Monday, let's see. Nia, moving to Heal, all 3 presentations on Monday.
We don't have to dress up or for anything.
We do not. No,
Excellent.
just
Good.
come as yourself.
The best costume you can have.
That's
That's right.
right. Okay, thank you very much. Everybody
All right.
have a great day, a great
You
week.
too. Have a nice weekend,
Yeah.
bye, everybody.
Have a good
Stay
weekend.
safe, everybody.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah, you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.